Peace Internet, it's me, Davon Raymond, aka Vonnie. Welcome back to the channel. Tonight, I am going to be recording a quick little video for you guys. I'm really liking the way things are going for me lately, so I'm feeling positive. I have faced some challenges lately. I guess I've hit some roadblocks, and I just want to pop on here and share that with you. Let me just take a quick sip of this spring water. Nice. Okay, so right now I'm recording this video on my GoPro Hero 10, which that's the microphone that we're using for this. So does it sound good? Does it sound bad? It's probably better for the outdoor, on-the-go type of vlog type of video, but indoors, honestly, over there, I do have my Blue Yeti Nano, and I could set that up to record in here, and I don't know why I haven't done it. I just wanted to record, so I set up my camera, and I did just get a brand new, fresh from Amazon tripod from my good friend. So I'm very happy that they got that for me. Very good, very nice, and I'll show you guys the box actually. There we go. Okay, so I know the lighting is kind of weird because I have the lamp on the ground. We're working on it, I promise. The vlogs, in the future, they're going to get better and better, baby. I promise. All right, so we have a Cambo Photo tripod, SAB265B. What a lovely, amazing thing. So far, I've been very satisfied with it. This is the first video I'm going to be recording with the tripod, so that's awesome. It's sturdy. It said it weighed a couple of pounds. I don't know. Was it like 8 pounds? Or it's got a good hefty weight to it. Maybe it's not 8 pounds, but it's something. It was something with the pounds. It's a good heavy tripod, and that feels good because for me, I've had cheaper tripods in the past. I'm looking around for my old one. I might have actually trashed it because I broke it I did trash it. I broke my couple of years old tripod that was really like a zombie tripod that I've taken multiple pieces from multiple tripods and put them together to make that zombie pod, and it was cool and it worked for everything that I needed. That had pieces from literally years ago, filming on the beach, sand lodged inside, filming in the snow, filming in the trails, just constantly falling over because it was really thin poles, lightweight, much cheaper, but it was cool. My mom had got it for me. She got me maybe one or two, or I bought one and she bought one. And it was the bundle. It was more focused on the fact that it was a bundle, and it had a Bluetooth, remote. This came with the old tripod. I've never used this. Maybe I should. Is the battery dead? Yeah, the battery's dead. It's one of those watch batteries. You slide the back. It's one of those. Let's see. I'm sure you don't care what it is. It's the circular one. And it is a CR2032. So maybe I have one of those lying around. Probably not. Do any of us have watch batteries lying around our house? Pretty sure the answer is no. Unless we have a dad, or you are a dad, and maybe in that one drawer in the kitchen, maybe that one has watch batteries, CR2032, maybe. Anyway, so, or maybe I'm just a hoarder, and I'm the type that would probably do that in the future. Anyway, so yeah, this tripod that I have now is much thicker legs, much more sturdy, and I feel like when I'm out in the world recording, doing whatever I'm doing, it is going to be a little bit more of a heft, so more taxing on me for holding it. I probably would benefit from getting a selfie stick or something like that. For my GoPro, that would definitely be nice. A monopod, or yeah, that's what I need. A monopod for the GoPro, And whenever I'm recording something where I can not just where I can just be hands free, that's when I'll use my nice Cambo Photo. But yeah, seriously, it's really nice. And which is kind of a weird thing. I don't know how well you guys can see this on the camera, but at the very like middle of the tripod, at the base, like the bottom of it, there is normally it's just like a pole that goes through the middle. But at the very bottom of the pole, there's a hook. So when you close the tripod up, you can hang it up if you have somewhere to hang up a tripod, which is awesome, or it's just easier to hold if you just want to hold it by the hook. So that just makes, just storage a lot easier. So I like that. They didn't have to add that in, but they did. And I like when a company pays attention to detail. I like that a lot. All right, so the point of this video was not to go into camera stuff, even though I'm realizing as more time goes on, I really do like camera stuff. I like trying to be a YouTuber. I've really been, not lazy. Okay, yes, lazy. Sorry, I have a burp coming up. Trying to like talk around it. Yeah, but I've been really liking the idea of attempting, like, actually being a YouTuber. What I like about YouTubers is that they show you exactly what they do. Like some people, they're smoke and mirrors. But for vloggers and nature people and travel people and, comedy and all this stuff, they literally like, here's my video, you can do it too if you want. Like, I love that. So here's my first bite at the apple with a nice fancy camera, a nice fancy tripod. I am gonna have to work on lighting, and I am gonna have to work on the microphone, but today I really should commit, just order that. There's this like housing thing you can get for the GoPro. I forget what it's called, but it allows you to use audio like aux cord mics, and I'm going to show you this mic that my brother gifted me a couple days ago. Let's see. Sorry about that, guys. Didn't mean to walk away for too long there. So this here is my Blue Yeti Nano. So I've been using this mainly for the streams. I do stream Vani Online. I think it's Vani Online X, or it's just Vani Online, I can't remember, on Twitch, and I love to do my streams over there, though I have been a little less frequent with it. I think I should do at least like twice a week or something. My work schedule has finally, like at my day job, become a lot more steady to where I can actually be like, okay guys, I will be on the Vani Online Twitch channel twice a week, every, I don't know, Sunday day or like Sunday night. I don't know, like something like that. Like I would love to do that. And now I can make that happen. So check the description below and you'll see a link to that channel. I love to stream on Twitch. It's a lot of like fun games and, basic stuff because I'm streaming on a pretty old laptop, but I want to be able to do live stream, like IRL streams if I'm walking in like a trail, which I've done in the past, but maybe, cool, fun location. Bring you guys along in a fun several hours long live stream, a la, CDawg VA, how he does his, or there's many other people who do IRL streams, but I like his style because I'm a fan and I think he's funny. All right. So yeah, so we have the Blue Yeti microphone, which I've used, the tried and true. And what do we have here? The Deity, which is, again, the lighting is not great to see this. It has a dead cat on it, but it really is this cute little microphone. I love that. It is a nice compact microphone. It has an input and an output for auxiliary cord or whatever. It's a D4 mini Deity. So this is a nice little mic. I love it. And I'm just gonna pop it back in the dead cat microphone wind catch thingy. And yeah, stick that down there. So now that we've gone through microphones and technology and cameras and tripods and all the stuff that's fun about YouTubering, let's actually get to the point of the video that I actually wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about. And that is the fact that I'm now 29, which you guys saw in the previous podcast episode. And this, by the way, is not a podcast episode. If I feel like it could have been. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about was specifically having or not having a college degree and how that has affected me thus far in my life. So again, I'm 29, currently living at my mom's house, currently have been Googling all types of different directions for what I could do with my life, different career paths, the requirements, the prerequisites needed for these different potential career options, and what you could do if you did not have a degree. Did you still have a chance to do this particular career path, or did you have to maybe consider something else if you weren't willing to commit to a bachelor's for this particular career path? So I have definitely gone the way of not getting a bachelor's degree. I have a handful of assorted credits, and I'm sure if I went back to school, maybe 3 years or something like that, I'd be able to hammer out the associates. And I don't know how many credits exactly I have, but we could get to that bachelor's degree. I think that's very much possible. And when I think about going through the steps to complete that, it makes me, a couple of things come to mind. So lately, like I said, I'm at a certain age now. I'm living back at my mother's house, just moved back here, and I'm, thinking about different potential career opportunities. I've thought about going the way of, sorry, I'm getting phone notifications that are distracting me a little bit. I thought about going to this program called TEFL, teaching English as a foreign language. If you guys are not familiar with the TEFL certificate, if you get one of these, you can then teach English online, or you can teach English in person, either in your home country or go abroad into wherever you're from. I don't know, maybe if you're from the United States, you can go to Costa Rica or Spain or many other countries like Japan and other places where if you have certain requirements, you can then go teach English. One of those requirements being the TEFL, or there's many other similar certifications, not degrees, certifications that are going to be like TESOL, teaching English as a second language or something like that. There's so many different little acronyms that basically mean teaching English as a foreign or second language, and doing that as to adults or to children. There's little different modifiers which teach you different skills according to the intended audience. But ultimately, you're teaching as a native speaker or native level speaker, or whatever level they require for English. You're teaching someone who doesn't speak it how to speak it. So it's very cool. I always thought it'd be kind of weird when I was younger, and as I've gotten older, I'm like, wait a minute, that's actually kind of cool. You're adding to someone's life, you are adding to it. You're not just being, I don't know, you're not just living this life where you are giving someone, I used to work at a gas station, and I would have to provide, as per my job, right, alcohol to those who were of legal age and had their, IDs. I'd have to provide alcohol, which is fine if you want to drink. It's just more so I felt like I was right there I was the middleman for many people's vices, and I didn't like that part. So it was alcohol sales, it was all the cigarette sales, which again, I'm an American, right? You can buy alcohol and cigarettes and you can smoke and drink and all that, and that is your right. You can go ahead and do that as an adult. I'm not saying you can't do that, but it's just, for me, I feel like I am the hand of the devil, or the devil is using me or whatever to provide this addiction, whatever substance to these people. And it's not like, again, you can drink and you can smoke, and I'm not saying that you're an addict, but there are many cases. I always think about this one case. There's this woman who had like half a jar or something, and very aged woman, and she would come in and she would ask for 2 packs of, it was like Seneca or some green pack of cigarettes. I don't know what it was, but she'd ask for like 2 packs, and I'm just like all the time, every time I saw her, can I have 2 packs of whatever? And she'd like, muddle through it with her half of jaw, whatever. It was just, it just made me feel like, why am I here? Like, I don't want to be the person doing this. And many people, I'm sure, can just separate themselves from, what's actually happening and what they're there to do, which is their job. So I understand just doing the job and la-di-da-di-da. But I also know that I'm providing cigarettes and alcohol, and also lottery. Lottery is something that, if I win tomorrow, then my opinion's going to change. But up until that case, I just know that so many people are addicted to lottery. They, just they gamble, 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 gamble forever. They will fritter away so much money, just to gambling. And I don't, again, want to be the middleman for that transaction. So these are definitely things that I consider, teaching English. You're adding to someone's life, providing these vices. I feel like, if anything, I'm, taking away. Maybe it's a little bit, but that's my perspective. So that's how I feel just about the whole idea of potentially teaching English. And one of the things I thought was cool was maybe going abroad to teach English. So right now, given that I do not have a degree, a bachelor's degree, or even an associate's, just some mixed college credits that I've accumulated over time, I could go with a TOEFL certificate through certain companies, and only certain ones, from what I've been told. Only certain companies will give you an accredited TOEFL certification that will be recognized by these other countries. So when you try to teach there and you say, this is my certificate, you didn't get some $5, $50 cheap certificate. You did like the real deal, certificate. So that's what I've been told is what you need to look for, is the actual real companies that are accredited. So you're not going to these other countries with, some less than standard document, and that will really mess up your plans. It's a huge commitment to leave your country to go do something like this. So you definitely want to make sure you are accurate. And even if you're just teaching online, still the same level of, wanting to make sure that your stuff is in order, accurate, and correct. So definitely something I've been thinking about. The fact that I can do it like in Costa Rica, or other opportunities like in Mexico, different places I could go to teach English. And that would be incredible. Right now, I can go apply to get my certification and go do that. But to speak to the college degree thing, had I had a bachelor's degree now, I could apply for the JET program, which means I could go to Japan and teach English in Japan. Now, I know certain people may feel like, well, who gives a toss about going to Japan? I understand that. I understand, because for the longest time, for me, I'm just like, okay, Tokyo, it's a million miles away and I'm never going to go. And okay, that's great. Like, and obviously the history between America and Japan I'm aware of, because I'm a 29-year-old New Yorker and I was educated in the States, so I'm aware of what had happened. So with that being said, I never was like super interested in going, but as I got older, in my early 20s, just about, that's when I was more interested into going to Japan. But I, at that time, really should have considered getting a bachelor's, because here I am at 29, and I do not have a bachelor's, which means I cannot go because Japan has a higher standard, or at least a standard that also requires a bachelor's and not only just a teaching English as a foreign language certification. So there are many opportunities in different countries, or to simply do it online. Different companies have different requirements, and these are all things that you, with money and training and patience, you can receive these certifications, earn them is what I should say. You can earn them and then go about your way of teaching and really get some years, some classes under your belt. So I would love to be able to do that. And that's something that I am nervous because I don't know if that's really realistic to say, like, that's what I'm going to go do. I don't know how serious I am about that. I mean, if I was certain that, or if I had like 75 or 60% certainty, that, or that feeling of certainty. Obviously certain means 100%, right? So 60% feel good, this is probably good, then I would go ahead and do it. But I just don't have that full on, like, let's do it. And it makes me, I'm just nervous. If I had more information, which I would like to schedule like a call or something with some of these classes, these people who teach English online and abroad. I just want to hear, like, what is the reality? How much money are they actually making? If I move out to like Spain and I teach for like a year, my visa runs up, am I going to be able to, like, as far as like managing money, am I going to be able to earn enough to live and then also leave and not just like have to go back to the States and have like $35 because the exchange rate or something? I don't know. Not that, I don't know, to have euros out there. I don't know what the exchange rate is. I just need to have some anxieties cooled and quelled by some information, somebody telling me what actually is the real deal with doing this, because I just thought it was so cool. And if it is in fact something that's real, maybe I will go back to college so I can get the bachelor's degree so I can go to where I actually want to go. Spain, Costa Rica, these are places that I could actually go right now with no college degree, with the TEFL certificate, which is amazing. And I would love to go to those places. But if I had to choose a place to go based on my personal preferences, I would like to go to Japan because A, I'd like to go to Asia. I love Latin America, and Europe would be super cool to go to. But also, Asia is a place that I've, over the past several years, have grown in my interest in. Also France specifically. So France and then Asia. So Japan is an option. And it's probably like Japan and South Korea are like my two, like, where would I want to go? And then just barely, like, if I had a top three, Thailand would be in there too. And if I had a top five, it would be, China as well as Vietnam. And then everywhere else is a potential possibility. Philippines, what's that? Philippines is Asia, I believe. Yes. Yeah, so Philippines, dang. There's just so many options. I guess I don't really want to rate these countries. I'd love to go to all of them. But if I had to rate for where would I like to live for a stretch of time, probably Japan. I think it would be very interesting and really fun and challenging, but life-changing. And I love the idea. But I also feel the same feelings around places like South Korea and Vietnam, because I think it'll provide different but similar abroad from US to Asia vibes, and I think that'd be really cool. But ultimately, there are places like Okinawa that I want to go to in Japan. So that's why Japan is just on my list there. So yeah, I've really considered, hey, maybe it is worth it to go back and get the bachelor's. Now, the main reason actually why I wanted to record this video is because I was chatting with my store owner and manager, my manager and then also my store owner. I was chatting with them individually, just saying, hey, I'm just curious about this, training program where you go around and you help with opening up new stores across the country and elsewhere. And I just thought, wow, that's cool. Like, I want to learn more about that position at least. And so they gave me some information about a website, and they said you can talk with the owner if you want to get more information, which I then did. Sorry for being rude. I'm just looking down at my phone really quickly. Okay, nothing important. Okay, cool. Yeah, so so that's what I did. I chatted with them, and I do have some things to face, I've realized, through looking on the website. And they do prefer that you have a bachelor's degree in order to do this position where you are 100% on the road, 100% of the time, living in hotels, traveling, opening up stores. Literally, you are on call 24/7 for a couple of years. And to me, I'm like, that's pretty epic. Like, to be paid, like, imagine the money that you would save. Like, do you have to pay for hotels? I really hope not. And I believe not. So just imagine the money you would save for just traveling, the experience of going from this state to that state, to here to there, to here to there, to this part of the state, to this, like, just constantly being elsewhere for 2 months, 3 months, and then going elsewhere. That sounds cool. It really does. And it's like a free, even though you'll be working, but you'll be helping to open up stores, and having a bachelor's or 5 years of leadership experience, that definitely that definitely it would have been nice for me. However, there's a couple of things that are the strings attached. So the reason why I wanted to record this whole video, again, wasn't about the mics or the camera or the tripod, but was because I really have been thinking about the whole bachelor's degree thing. And if I do get it, just so I can go through this program of traveling around for 2 years and whatever, well, is it that I really want to work for this company, or is it just that one particular aspect that I just find to be interesting? And there's 2 kickers to that, right? One, at the end of the couple of years of training and traveling, they want you, from what I've been told, I could be wrong, they want you to, and I do want to confirm on this, they want you to then transition into running your own store, basically, and franchising. And that, to me, sounds not like something I don't want to do, basically. If I did do that, then I would be in a good position in life. I would be the owner of a franchise of a very, very, very successful, privately owned, not publicly traded business, very popular across the states. And, there's this, I don't know, I just feel like I would do very well in life, likely. Though there's just so much stress involved that I don't know if that's quite what I would want. But then imagine going through all of that, getting the degree, and like going through all the stress of getting the degree, and then you realize whatever you went to school for your degree, you want to use that for a completely different field. I would feel terrible. Like, what would be super cool is to go back to get the degree for like biology or something, or chemistry, and then going to do 2 years of traveling and training people, and then leaving that to then go work at a lab or something. That would be cool. But it's only because I see my restaurant owner, an executive, whatever you call them, I see them in the store 5-6 days a week, basically 6 days a week, because we're open every day except for Sunday. And it's just crazy. Like, do I want to do that? Do I want to deal with, on the grand opening day, the bathrooms getting clogged or whatever, the pipes getting clogged? Do I want to deal with like the walkie-talkies breaking, within the first month? Do I want to deal with the heaters outside breaking within the first month? Like, do I want to deal with companies failing to live up to standards and actually fixing my store? Like, there's just so much BS involved. But maybe that's just life, and it's worth going that path in order to get, to that, to a nice standard of living. Maybe I could put in my years and then get a really good manager in there and spend a lot of time vacationing in Tokyo or in Okinawa. That would be fire. Like, that would be so cool. Imagine, Um, so, but yeah, imagine I get the degree, the bachelor's, and then I really don't want to teach English anymore. And I really just want to do the travel thing, get my own store after a couple of years, and then, just slowly build my financial, profile or portfolio, and just hopefully allow myself, more and more freedom and be able to provide for myself and my family. I think that would be really amazing. But I'm really trapped lately between the just chasing what would give me personal fulfillment within the next 5 years and what might give me the same within 10 years. Next 5 years, I want to live, by the coast and enjoying my free time as much as possible. But then also, I think 5 years after that, I don't want to just be 38. Here I am living by the coast, and, I grew out my hair and whatever. Like, that's cool, but not really, because if I really have nothing going for me, by that time, I definitely feel that I did myself dirty. I did myself a disservice. I should have pushed, when I was younger, meaning now. So I'm really, every day I'm thinking, what's next? What do I do? And I think we're all doing that. I think we're all weighing out our options, considering what do we actually want? What are we willing to fight for? What's going to happen next? We're always thinking, at least I am. So, and not to stress myself out, but more so just to course correct and, just to have something to focus on definitely helps me, with life. At least that's the way I see it. So, bachelor's, maybe. If I get the bachelor's, maybe I'll want to work in the field that I went to the bachelor, to school for. Maybe I'll get a bachelor's in business, and then that will be the case for sticking with this company to be able to do the travel and then training thing. That would be so cool. Yeah, just to wrap up this video on a quick anecdote, there was a quick story, not really, from my one of the trainers who's like a grand opening, like supervisor, executive, who was at my store when we opened up. She was there, and I chatted with her. She was from Cali. She was here in, New York, and opening up one of our stores and our store. And I thought that was really cool, just chatting with her a couple of times. She was like 30. So at the time I was like 28 and she was 30. So I was just feeling like, okay, we're close in age. I can relate to her somewhat, so she basically was telling me that she thought she was going to be going to open a store. I don't know if she said in Cali or somewhere in nicer weather. And because in New York, we just stepped into wintertime. So she was like, yeah, I thought I was going back home or going to wherever. But no, I've got to go to Indiana. So she had to go to Indiana, and guess what? They're dealing with the same weather, I believe, that we are here in upstate New York. So she didn't get a break, unfortunately. But that's all good, because that is the job. So the job I was curious about, that's what she does. She's literally always going somewhere, always living in hotels, traveling, and that is just so cool to me. It's so cool. I don't know. I mean, if there, I'm sure if there was like a travel company that wanted me to, they're like, hey, we love your voice. We'd love to have you, do a YouTube show for us or a documentary traveling. And I go across the U.S. and I'm touring across the U.S. or we're going to Europe and I'm touring across Europe as an upstate New Yorker, trying these European dishes or whatever, European beer or something. I think that'd be so fun. I go to Amsterdam, I go to Finland, I go to Ireland, I go to all these different places. And if that were the case, yeah, I would travel that way. And obviously, I just mentioned a lot of different countries outside of the US. If I were to do this travel thing within my company now, I think it would be strictly within the US, very possibly Mexico and Canada, but I believe strictly within the US. But I need to get more information. So yeah, I'm curious. I want to learn more. What is real? What is going to happen next? Just getting more info. That's it. So now you guys know what's up with me. I want to be back on YouTube, really pushing to record for the Davon Raymond X YouTube channel. But not only that, I've been recording and posting to the Peace from the East YouTube channel, my travel, surfing, adventure, whatever channel that I'm really trying to make something. I just need to really get my life in order. And by that way, I don't mean like I need a whole year to get my life. What I literally mean is take an hour or 45 minutes, make a plan to go record a video at a location and then bring my stuff and then record the video. I just never plan to record anything, just like this video. It's more like I had a conversation at work and okay, here I am, I want to talk about it. And that was basically the inspiration for this. It's very like, here we go, turn it on, let's do it. So there's that. But when it comes to the Peace from the East YouTube channel, I do want it to be a little bit or a lot more organized, less personal, more about where we are, the location, what you're looking at, all of that. I feel like that is what I want Peace from the East to be. Travel, the fun time, whatever, But as far as Davon Raymond X, I want it to be personal. As you can tell by the tone of this video, I want it to be me and you talking late night in my bedroom, whatever, just bringing you along. If I was out in the car, if I'm out in the world, I could be at a park and chatting with you guys about life. So this is what I like, and I'm happy that you guys are here. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, if you are a subscriber, thank you. So I was thinking, do I bother getting a Patreon? Do you guys really want to see Patreon content? Patreon for me, I could see doing like behind the scenes stuff on the Peace from the East YouTube channel. I could see a Peace from the East Patreon. But to have one for Davon Raymond X, I just don't know what I would put on there. Like, what would I put there? Bonus episodes of the podcast, maybe. I don't know. I'll look into it. It's not that I want to make a Patreon because I think it's a great, get rich quick scheme or anything. It's more like I know as a viewer of YouTubers that I like sometimes, when people like Joey the Anime Man or a few others who have Patreons, and you're like, okay, cool. Abroad in Japan, the Patreon that they have is fun because I love the silliness, the more like raw exposed silliness that happens, just behind the scenes stuff. And I love that because I enjoy the channel so much, but then I also enjoy like the people who make the videos. So I don't know. It's not that, they're super rich and I want to make them more rich. It's not even about that. It's about, I really like their content and I want to be able to, support them, yes, but also I kind of want to see what they have on Patreon. Like, it would be nice to see a different angle, a different, more exclusive set from this particular creator. So that's why I want to do it. I want to be able to provide that extra little something. and then you guys can check it out if you want. And I have no idea about pricing. I have no idea. I'll have to, if we ever actually make it, you know, like make a Patreon, I will make a whole little like clip telling you guys, hey, made a Patreon, I'm launching it, this is what's on it, blah blah blah. So keep your eyes peeled. But anyway, I appreciate it. Oh God, I did so well all the way up until the very last moment there. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much to the subscribers and the potential patrons. Thank you guys so much, and I will catch you in the next video. Be sure to check out not only Davon Raymond X, but also Peace from the East, and the links to everything on my socials, even though I'm taking a little bit of a social media break. But no worries, you can still catch me on both channels, active, posting at least, hopefully, a couple times a week. So thank you guys again, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, peace.